Welcome to my life. Trust everybody is fine wherever you're watching me from. We wanted to share something about the business that I am involved in and who have been challenged, let's say, in my community on why would somebody consider signing up or joining my business? What is the value that we bring to the table for people to trust us and pull their credit card so that they can purchase from us? And many times it is just a question of, are they resonating with the message that you're communicating, or do they see the value in what you have to offer on a daily basis, or even on your lives or on your videos? It has been said that in marketing, people do not even buy from you until probably 7 or so touches that they have had an audience with you, listened to you, interacted with you. And they can only do that once they have been able to feel confident that you're a trustworthy person, you're a reliable person, you're honest, all those characters that go with it. Every year that begins, most people have goals that they want to accomplish in a year. Some it could be a health goal, some it could be an income goal. So it depends. We all have different goals that we want to accomplish in a particular year. So I don't know what your goals could be for this particular year, but one of mine, touch as many lives as I can, especially empowering them financially. The other day I was just sharing how 18 or so years ago, when I left my 9 to 5, no, for us it's 8 to 5, when I was leaving my job, one of the things that I really had a desire was to empower women financially, not that I'm giving them the money, but teaching them how it is that they can be able to create an income for themselves. And over time, I've actually looked at it and wondered, how can I be able to impact people and change their lives? Over the years, I have done very many businesses in the hope that I can help women, especially create an income online. And some of the businesses that I've done is being involved in network marketing, because I felt that that's one of the channels that you can be able to help many people, to create an income. But over time, I've just been like, oh my goodness, do I have even the strength to build teams, because network marketing definitely requires you to build teams, talk to people. Sometimes the pressure of every end month that you must meet a certain amount of volume. Most companies have a certain amount of volume probably that you're supposed to do at the end of the month. And sometimes it can be quite stressful, trying to, call your friends and family and saying, can you buy this or that and the other? And so when I was introduced into digital marketing, I felt like it was a different way of doing, business or creating an income. And the program that I'm particularly involved in is one where if I sell one program, because we have 4 of them, no, 5 actually now, because we have included a Spanish bundle, English-Spanish bundle. The amount of money that you get is yours, because you're not sharing with an upline, the way the system of network marketing works. So it was kind of a different way of, of doing it, that you don't have to nurture a team. And if it collapses, I don't know how many of you have ever done network marketing and, you build, and then it goes down. Then again, you start, and every beginning of the month, you're always feeling like you're starting again. The last months, I have committed to say that maybe another way of empowering women, especially women who are 50 and above, showing them what digital marketing can do for them and how they can start and scale their businesses beyond. When I saw what digital marketing can offer, what people are able to accomplish, it was something that really caught my attention. And I was like, this is something that can help many people, because all you need is your phone. And most people are having a phone on their hands continuously. I don't even think we keep tabs of how many times we unconsciously look at our phone. If we were to keep a track record, or just put a camera somewhere and just observe yourself, how many times do you actually look at your phone? You would probably be surprised. If it is a tool that people already have in their hands, then the other thing that they need is a system. Instead of just using that phone for scrolling hours upon hours upon hours upon hours, you can actually use the same phone, learn a skill, use a proven system, and create an income for yourself, so that it is not just doom scrolling, that you're just scrolling online endlessly. And the money that because you will definitely pay for your internet, you will definitely buy a phone, but at the end of the day, you're actually not putting in money into your pocket, because you're just doom scrolling. So if people can be taught how the same phone, the same internet, the same number of hours, they can be able to utilize it differently. Should I say evolved or changed from realizing that the internet is a place that we can be able to touch many people's lives, show them the tools that they already have, how they can utilize them better, and create an income. And with TikTok, it's very easy to be here for 5 hours, 6 hours without realizing. Why? Because it's short reels, 3 seconds, 6 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 1 minute. So you move from one to another. And of course, that's dopamine. You're just excited about moving from one reel to another. See this, see the other, and you're like just scrolling. Or sometimes nowadays with captions, you may just be looking, you're not, maybe when you have your earphones on, or you're just reading the captions, not necessarily even having sound on, or you could be having sound on and you're doing something else. So my topic today was just to encourage people, instead of just being here on these apps and we are just scrolling, we can actually use the same time, learn a skill, and a skill that brings you an income as well, instead of just doom scrolling. I don't know how many of you here would say, if you showed me a way to change that, that doom scrolling into creating an income online, you would be interested. Send me a love or something, just to indicate that you would be interested in learning how you can use your time better on social media, instead of just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. The other thing that people do on the internet is, just being mean one to another. Instead of being mean to one another, why don't you learn a skill, plugging into a system? And the system that I'm talking about is the program that I'm involved in, that you can plug in, learn how to use social media and create an income for yourself, instead of just scrolling here aimlessly. So if that's of interest, let me know. And of course, I would appreciate if you'd go to my profile. You can be able to see what it is that I am doing. Creating an income online is something that you have thought about, whether it is something that you think it is worth your while, or have you tried many other things and at the end of the day you say it doesn't work, and probably you've thrown your hands and said, let me just observe other people, but I don't think this thing is cut out or carved for me. But I'm here to say that you can actually create an income online, utilize your time on social media for your well-being, and at the end of the day, make it beneficial to yourself, to your family, and to other people as well, touching and changing people's lives. So the system that I talk about is, we have 5 programs. Programs are on the e-learning platform that you can sign up for, and you can move from one to another at your pace as well. So we have 100, 300, 600, 900, and then we have the $14 bundle as well, which is both English and Spanish. When I saw this program, one of the things that honestly attracted me to it was because I was coming from the network marketing background, where you get a certain commission. It is either 25, or I think most of it is 15, 20, 25. And so when I heard about this program and I learned that you can actually make 100% profit, it is something that I was like, how does that happen? How does that work? And then that's the time I learned, of course, once you get into the program, some of the benefits that you get is, one, you have access to a community. Right now we are 59,000 people in it plus. Then you get a funnel, a sales funnel that is created for you. You don't have to create it. The only thing that you're doing is plugging in your domain name, your payment gateways, and putting in your story. And then you also have access to a tech team that you can, in case you're having a problem, connecting your system, you have that. It's provided. And so the website costs you only $39. If you're doing the other Spanish bundle, it's $69. So I was like, I had done a business before where initially I had to do my own website. And I can tell you it was more than $39. It was pretty expensive. And then in that previous program, they also encouraged us to do an email. We also have access to an email campaign. And the previous one, I remember I paid quite some money, and to imagine this one, you get a funnel and you only pay for $39 for the sales funnel. We use System.io, which is free until you have 2,000 people in your capture page. So I found it quite a deal. I was like, wow, where was this when I was spending so much money on the other higher ticket program that I had done? So my encouragement today is, if you have just been on social media and you're looking for a way to create an income and you have no idea where to start, then I would encourage you to just go up to my profile, go through my website, see what it entails, and change your life in 2026. I don't know whether one of your goals this year is to create, maybe to have, for some people doing $100, $200, $300, $600, just extra is worth it, because probably you're working so many hours and yet you're not getting the amount of money that you're hoping that you could at the end of the month. So it is worth plugging into this system and seeing how can you create an extra income. I have seen people in our community who have started part-time. Maybe they were like I know one lady, she said she used to work 18 hours. And in 2 months, I believe she said, she had quit both her jobs. Why? Because she was able to earn a better income here and have more time for her family, for her children. In fact, she said most of the time she was just not available for her family. And it's understandable because you're juggling between your responsibilities as a parent, and there are certain things that you end up giving up, like time with your family, attending the activities, because you still have to put food on the table. But if you can plug into a system that shows you how to create an income online, and the things that you value, if it is your family, your children come first, your spouse, and a program shows you how to do that, then it is something that ends up being more beneficial than just slaving away. So our community I have seen enormous transformation, if I may put it that way, of people who have plugged in and their lives and there are no guarantees, of course. I don't like to give guarantees. It just depends on your work ethic. It also depends on what's chasing you. Before people used to make this joke of saying, it depends on whether it is a cat or a lion that is chasing you. Whichever is chasing you will make you run faster than the other one. The other one you can just turn and say, shoo shoo. The other one you will figure your way out. So if it is bills that are chasing you, if it is overworking yourself to the bone that is chasing you, then definitely you will show up with a different oomph than if it is just small things that are chasing you. I was just talking briefly about the program that I'm involved in, that shows you how to create an income online. If that is something that you'd be interested in, that's something that you have thought that you'd want to do, go to my website, check it, and see whether it is something that is of interest. And I always tell people that being in my email list does not mean it's a prison. You can check out the information, find out it's not for you, then you unsubscribe. But first, check it out and see if it is something that is interesting and something that you have thought of doing. Because I think sometimes what happens with trying to create an income online for most people, and why people fail, is because they have no system, have no community, you have no mentor. We have a mentor every week. We have a Zoom call where you can ask questions. I'm in a group where, again, the top part where you're put into small groups where you can discuss, ask questions. So sometimes people fail because you buy a program, for example, or a course, and you're left by yourself. So you're trying to figure out so many moving parts by yourself. But in our program, the good thing is you're in a community. You can ask questions from the community. You can ask questions from our mentors. You can ask questions from our 6 and 7 income earners. So you're not alone. You're not abandoned. You're not, just by yourself trying to figure this thing out by yourself. But you have other people that you're doing this together. Called the blueprint. In fact, if you put in your email, in about 5 minutes, I'll send you an email that you can just go through the free blueprint and just see what exactly is this and how can it be of benefits to you. But as I was saying, I've seen in our community that people's lives have been changed as a result of this program. I mean, if you can sell one of the programs and get 100% profit out of it, then why not? As I said earlier, then we have 5 programs of them. You can start with 100, 300, 600, 900, 15, 1400. Learn the skills. The other thing that I've seen in our community is that people have started, just gotten the education, learned, and other people have gone out and created their own programs. Other people have gone out and started their own communities. Other people have gone ahead and done, like ebooks and stuff. So it is skills that you will learn, skills that are practical for you to be able to employ into anything else. Other people who have ended up monetizing their own social media platforms. At the beginning, I was saying, for those who have just joined us, I was saying, it's one thing to be on these platforms, just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling hours upon end. The most that you do is dopamine. You're just consuming people's content and really not earning anything out of it. But I'm saying that you can actually use the same platform that you are on, learn a skill, and learning a skill from a structured point. You're not just trying to figure things out or even trying to YouTube them by yourself. So if you're interested in what I'm doing, then kindly just go up there, put the link in your browser and check out my website and see what it is that I explaining further. And if you have any questions, you will get an email from me. I'll be able to answer any questions that you have. Okay, so I don't know if there are any of you who are in New York. And if you are, apologies. I've seen you have a serious blizzard. Seen flights cancellation and stuff like that. So we just pray for the New Yorkers and anybody else who is having serious snow, that you're keeping safe and you're well. Pray that the weather improves. And I saw one lady who was saying that she and her daughter, and as soon as she heard about the blizzard that was coming, she was like, very fast went to buy a ticket so that they could exit New York. And they couldn't get. Apparently, I'm hearing you can't get any flights. They're fully booked. And then when they went back to the hotel is like, you were booked here for so many days, so you can't stay. And she was just saying, okay, we'll end up just sitting by the lobby and wait until the weather becomes better. Today, I saw an update from her. And then again, she said they were not prepared. They didn't even have the clothes. It seems like it just came, right? For the people who are in New York, you can let me know. So those are the things that life sometimes throws at us, and how we handle them is something different. So I saw her yesterday. She was saying because she didn't have boots, she had to she had to wrap her feet in foil. I had never seen that. I didn't even know you could wrap your feet in foil. So she had wrapped her feet in foil, put socks, and I think 2 pairs of socks just to keep warm, because again, she wasn't prepared for the weather. And that's something that happens about life. Sometimes life can throw us curveballs, and how prepared we are is what matters. So for those who have joined, is 2026 that year where you want to learn how to create an income online? And if so, what are you doing about it? And if you have no idea even where to start, I am suggesting that you look into my program that offers you 5 programs that you can be, products that you can be able to resell and earn 100% on them. And apart from just reselling, you're learning a lot of information that you can be able to apply to any other thing, whether you have another business or whether you want to go into coaching. It is a program worth looking. And so you can go to my profile, check it out, and you will get an email from me, and just showing you how this program works. So it will be worth your while. I don't know how many of you, if today you were to get an extra $100, an extra $300, an extra $600, an extra $900, an extra $1,400, would that be money that would change your life? Let me ask that question. Would it change? Would it change anything in your life? Do I have a heart or something, just an indication of whether it would change anything in your life? Would it change? Would $100, $300, $600, $900 change your life? An extra, let's say even every week or every other week, would that make a difference? So that's a program that I'm talking about, that you can consider signing up and saying that it is something that I am committed to doing, committed to learning, committed to showing up for yourself, committed to showing up for your goals, and see how 2026 goes. Because I was saying at the beginning that at the beginning of the year, every one of us has got the goals that we want to accomplish. Some people set health goals, some people set relationship goals, some people set financial goals, some people set investment goals. So whatever goal that you are setting, the underlying factor, finances, is involved somewhere. Most of them, finances will come. So and when we don't have extra income, then some of the things that we'd like to do, we just kind of put them on the back burner, and just trod life, with a bare minimum, just managing. But I believe God has created us for abundance. God has created us for more. And the opportunity that is available to you today is something that you can grab and run with it. In another so many months, your life will be different. Currently, my program, we are doing a 90-day run challenge, and the intention is to do 30K in 90 days. So even if you were to say 10, 10, 10, that's 30, or just balance it somehow, but at the end of the 90 days, the intention is to do 30K. So I don't know what you would do with 30K in the next 90 days. I don't know if it is even something that would motivate you. I don't know whether it is, it's something that you think you can do, but I would encourage you to join us in the 30-day run. And by May, that will be May actually, mid-May, we'll have done the 90-day. I'm sure 30K would help you in one way or the other. So if that's of interest to you, again, as I've said, just go up to my profile and put in your email, your best email, check it on the spam folder just in case it goes there, and then I'll be able to send you the information and you can join us. And by the time we are doing May, we are talking a different story, definitely, having changed our lives.